I'm tired of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I've beaten this game far too many times at this point, certainly too many times for a grown man playing a Pokemon game, and Sada and Turo have been smashed to pieces too many times to count. So we're giving them time to regenerate, and we're going back in time for our next adventure. This is too far back. Is this when they first wrote Nuzlocke rules? Ah, no, this is more like it. Kanto, where it all started. This is the Let's Go Pikachu Hardcore Nuzlocke. Can we talk about how freaking beautiful this game is? I've missed Kanto, it's good to be back. And I've got a whole new bunch of NPCs to mess with. Technology is incredible, you say. Indeed it is. Let's get rid of your head, you don't need it anymore. Now I would love to use Pikachu as our starter. It's been so long since I've used a Pikachu, but I consulted with the Nuzlocke judges and got denied. They said only random encounters, so let's make our way to Viridian City and see who our real starter is. Give me anything but a Rattata and I'm happy. I would kill for an Oddish. I'm just going to run around with my eyes closed and see what we get.
No!
That is absolutely soul-crushing. The rat shall be called Zoro. Let's hope that she plays above her stat total. Alright, so that's going to count for our Viridian City encounter. By the way, team, we'll do encounters on all points of the map except for Pallet Town, Seafoam Islands, Victory Road, and the Indigo Plateau. That gives, I believe, 13 encounters for our journey. Hey, can I trade you my Rattata for your Oddish? Fine, Zoro, let's go. Okay, these are the options for our Viridian Forest encounter. Really, what we want is a Bulbasaur. The Bulbasaur line can really slay in Kanto. Eyes closed, no peeking, let's see what we get. Okay, an Oddish, pretty good for Brock. I wanted the Bulbasaur, but there were a lot worse encounters to get than that. I'll take it. Welcome in, Plant. And we actually have some secret sauce going against the trainers in the forest. Tail Whip Tackle. It kinda goes hard. Before we get our Pewter City encounter, I wanna see if this Slowpoke is gonna fart. It just has that look in its eye like it's gonna do it. I knew it, man, I freaking knew it. All right, so there's no grass in Pewter City, so we're taking our next encounter right outside the forest. Whatever I wander into, we'll take. Okay, Pidgey, I'm fine with that. Pretty weak, but gives us a fast flying type. Justice is on the team. Let's see if we get our first gym badge. And man, did I say how much I love the look of this game? We're leading with Plant against Brock, and we're actually going to go for a growth here to get a +1 special attack. An Absorb, down goes Geodude. Onix is an intimidating Pokemon, but it sucks. All it takes is one Absorb, and we have our first gym badge secured for the Nuzlocke. Brock gives us Headbutt, so Zoro is about to go crazy on these trainers on the way to the Rock Tunnel with a 70 base power stab move. Time for our next encounter in Mount Moon. The one thing I really don't want is a Zubat. We already have a flying type and a poison type, so it really wouldn't help us at all. And of course, it's a Zubat. Welcome to the team Irritating. Nobody in the tunnel is really any trouble for us. Even Jesse and James get beaten back by Zoro and Irritating. Now I could take my Cerulean City encounter over here on Route 4, but I know my luck. If I wander into this grass patch with my eyes closed, I'm getting a Spearow. I can promise you that. So we're going to head south after Misty to a different patch of grass. Time for a rival battle with Gary.
I would feel just terrible if you lost.
And he's lived up to the anime character's legacy because he's cheating in a Nuzlocke and using potions. Not to worry, Irritating with a close live and finishes off Pidgey with a wing attack. Plant comes in against Eevee, and a few absorbs are enough for the finish. Zoro slams her head into Oddish, and it's an easy W for the squad. If it weren't random encounters, it would be you, Charmander. Time for a little more training before Misty. Why do you have a level 15 Pidgeotto? It doesn't even evolve until level 18. You forced that thing to evolve early, you monster. This is really bad for us. Nobody on our squad has evolved yet. Our mons are whittling it down, but we're getting weak. We're going to have to sack someone off or risk losing the entire run right now. Irritating's run on the team is short-lived, and even with a clean switch into Zoro, we're in trouble. We have to hope that Quick Attack is enough for the finish. I don't deserve Zoro. Greatest Rattata to ever live. The Abomination is slain, and we can move on to face Misty. Misty is leading with Psyduck, we're riding the hot hand, and going with Zoro. 2 headbutts is all it takes, big crits on the second one. Zoro supremacy. Starmie is a massive problem. We have to switch out and hope that Plant can get it done. A Scald and Swift bring us down to half, but with Absorb for recovery, we're in great shape. 2 absorbs later, Plant vaults us to our second gym badge. What is with the early evos in this game? This is crazy. This guy's got a level 15 Raticate. That shouldn't even be possible. Anyways, Justice, who is now a Pidgeotto, restores order with a final quick attack. Okay, so now we can get our Cerulean City encounter, and I'm really hoping the wait pays off. I'll just show you here before we do the blind run. The reason I'm choosing this grass patch is because the only Pokemon that are not duplicates here are Abra, Growlithe, and Jigglypuff. I really want a Growlithe. Let's see what we get. Not only do we get a Growly, but we get a huge Growlithe.
Huge.
Welcome in Jupiter. I'm so pumped. Fantastic addition and one of my favorite Pokemon too. Hey, training up for Surge. Zoro is evolving, looking fierce, buddy. I'm torn on what we should do for our Vermilion City encounter. I'd love to get a Psyduck here on Route 6, but look at all the Jigglypuffs here. The Jigglypuff risk is far too great, so we're going to Diglett Cave to see what we can come up with there. And it's a Diglett. That's fine by me. It will definitely help against Surge. Welcome in, Diggy. Time for Diggy's first battle against this arrogant green-vested gentleman. He really thinks his Rat Attack can stand up against Diggy? Wow. Diggy, done. Immediately. Zoro gets Swift Vengeance, and we're off to the SS Anne, where a sea captain vomited on us and helped us learn Cut. Can we beat Surge? Jupiter starts us off with a dig against Voltorb. It's not quite enough damage, so we're forced to switch to Zoro, who tanks a Thunderbolt and gets the finish with a quick attack. Surge goes to Magnemite, but that's an easy one-shot for our big rat. Raichu with Thunderbolt is a load to handle at this point in the game, but Plant, who's now a Gloom, is wearing it down with Absorbs. Low on health, Plant clutches up, fights through a Para, and wipes out Raichu to give us the Thunder Badge. Plant deserves a reward for coming up so big for the squad, so we're grabbing a Leaf Stone, and Plant is ascending to Vileplume status. I feel like Vileplume is going to be amazing for us on this run. So we actually get a new encounter now. Not a lot of options I love in the Rock Tunnel. Machop would be good. Kangaskhan, a rare encounter. That's the dream. Let's see what we get. Alright, Cubone, you know what? Could definitely be worse. We don't have a ground type, so we'll definitely take that. Welcome to the squad, Grace. So we are through Rock Tunnel unscathed into Lavender Town, and we're actually able to find a Firestone. That's massive. We can evolve Jupiter into an Arcanine. What a gorgeous Pokemon. Absolutely glorious. We have the option to take our Lavender Town encounter inside the Ghost Tower or in this patch of grass on Route 8. Even though I love Ghastly, we're going to roll the dice for an Abra in the grass patch. This time we'll wheel spin for our encounter. It's between Jigglypuff and Abra. Please give me the Abra. Dang it, we rolled the Jiggly. Painful. Welcome in T-Swift. Before our rival battle with Gary, we're training up to get Grace and T-Swift evolved. And the team is honestly looking a lot better. Now, one great thing about Marowak is it gets access to Swords Dance early, so we're setting up with a Swords Dance and 2 Headbutts smash Gary's Pidgeotto. Gloom is no match for Jupiter's Flamethrowers. Gary has evolved his Eevee into a Jolteon, which is pretty scary, but it only knows Thunder Shock right now, and Jupiter's Dig easily gets the one-shot. Rival defeated, no losses for the team. Ah, Celadon City, the greatest of all Pokemon cities, where any move can be had, making our team overpowered. But surprisingly, these moves don't help us much. Did they nerf Celadon City? What a shame. No matter, Jupiter is slaying everyone in sight at the grass gym with flamethrowers. We're going to let Jupiter's flamethrower recharge, so we're leading with Justice against Erica. And oh my, that is shockingly bad damage for a super effective hit. We really need Justice to evolve into a Pidgeot. I don't even think it can win this battle against a Tangela. The flamethrower should be ready to go though. Let's go to Jupiter. Erica's Vileplume is her only Mon able to withstand a flamethrower, but a second one does the job. Erica is torched, extra crispy, and we have a 4th gym badge. We're on our way to get the Silph Scope, and this head rocket grunt with the turquoise hair is causing massive problems for the team. Everyone is getting blasted by hard-hitting poison attacks. Grace is able to survive a sludge bomb and a flamethrower, but misses on a bone meringue. We go to Jupiter, who tanks a sludge bomb and is able to finally beat back the Weezing with digs and a flamethrower. Golbat comes out for the rocket. We go to Justice, but can't even get an attack off after getting air slash flinched. Zoro is able to get some damage on the Golbat, but after a couple air slashes, we have to switch again. We're U-turning out into, I guess, Plant? Because nobody else can take a hit. Plant goes for a sleep powder and connects. A Mega Drain, pitiful damage. We have to switch out. We need another turn of sleep. We're pivoting to Zoro. We get the sleep turn, and Zoro is going for the finish. That one hurts. Our starter gone. Jupiter finishes off Golbat, but at the cost of our starter. It feels like a loss. Giovanni is surprisingly easy compared to his grunt. Grace karate chops down Persian with a brick break. Plant easily gets past Rhyhorn with a Mega Drain. We get the Silph Scope, which allows us to nab the Poke Flute and opens up some new encounters for the squad. We can't actually take this Hitmonchan from the dojo in Saffron because it's not a random encounter. Unfortunate, because Elemental Punches with Bulk Up would have been amazing. Just outside Celadon City on Route 16, there's a huge grass patch where we're going to get both our Saffron and Celadon City encounters. After scoping out the options here, the only one I really wouldn't want is Doduo. I'm just going to stand here, and whatever runs into me, I'll take. Oh my god, no. I mean, that wasn't a good spot. I wasn't ready yet. We'll stand here. Ooh, Psyduck, that'll work. Hurry up, buddy. No, stop sauntering like that. You have to move faster. No, you're getting outpaced.
No!
Welcome to the Team Last Resort. Yeah, not ideal, but the XP from the capture does allow our other flying normal type to evolve. Looking good, Justice. So we're gonna wheel spin for our second encounter in this patch, and hopefully we have better luck. And really, we could do damage with a Chansey, Psyduck, or Eevee. Yes, Eevee, that's really good. Hold up, Last Resort gets Sword Stance?
I owe you an apology, I wasn't really familiar with your game.
Let's check out Ace the Eevee, minus attack nature, not good for a Flareon, so we'll pass on that. Not good for a Leafeon either, like we were gonna make it a Leafeon anyway though. So I'm thinking Vaporeon or Jolteon. Now keep in mind, big dogs, we do still have our Power Plant encounter. There are a lot of electric types in the plant, so I think we're going to make Ace a Vaporeon. So we met the Surfer in Fuchsia City to get Surf, allowing us to go to the Power Plant for our encounter there, and I have a plan. I've mapped out the exact path to go all the way through the plant to get to Zapdos. If I can make it all the way through with my eyes closed, we get a freaking Zapdos. Alright, not a Zapdos, but I'm good with an Electabuzz. Welcome in, Shocker. We're taking our new and improved team into Silph Co for another battle with Giovanni. T-Swift starts us off with a Reflect, allowing us to give some extra bulk to Shocker, and a Thunderbolt and a low kick eliminate Persian. Gio's Rhyhorn is no match for Plant, so he's forced to turn to his ace, Nidoqueen. Plant connects on a Sleep Powder, giving us the chance to swap into Grace. Bone Meringue misses, but a couple throws later, Grace gets us the W. Dude never looks phased after he loses, it's actually incredible. We're ready to take on Koga, and I know that Wigglytuff is a fairy type and is weak to poison, but I don't care. We're leading with T-Swift to set up screens. We get up a light screen and a Reflect, and all it cost us was a Toxic from Koga's Weezing because it went for a Protect on turn 1. We're in great shape to pivot into Grace and start doing big damage. Our best Pokemon into Koga wiped out with an Explosion crit. We're going with Jupiter against Koga's Muck. 2 digs are enough to knock out Muck, and we're pivoting to Shocker against Koga's Golbat, and a couple Thunderbolts electrocute the bat, leaving only Venomoth, but our team is beat up. Ace is going to give it a go, but after taking 2 Bug Buzzes, we can only connect on 1 Ice Beam. Our team is getting destroyed by Koga's Venomoth. We go to Plant, but huge damage on a Sludge Bomb crit. We're in a rough spot. We need to sacrifice someone. It had to be T-Swift. Jupiter comes in on the clean switch and wipes out Venomoth with a flamethrower. I need a pick-me-up after losing another Mon, so we're getting our Fuchsia City encounter just outside the city on Route 15. First Mon we hit in this tiny grass patch we'll take. have preferred a Tauros, but Venonat it is. As we saw against Koga, it can be pretty good when used correctly. Welcome in Douglas. While training up for Sabrina, both Douglas and Last Resort evolved, but Douglas is going to sit on the bench for our battle with Sabrina's Psychics. We're giving Last Resort a shot, and we're bringing Justice back onto the squad. This battle is terrifying because of Sabrina's Alakazam. In Gen 1, Alakazam is basically a legendary with how good its speed and special attack are. So we're leading with Last Resort to try and go for a sweep, a Swords Dance to double our attack, and an agility to make sure we're faster than the Alakazam. We've already been hit by a Psychic, so Last Resort needs to get the one-shot with a Drill Peck. Not even close. A well-placed Reflect helps Mime survive, and Last Resort goes down immediately. Oof, a terrible start. Shocker comes in to finish off Mime and is able to set up a light screen against Slowbro. Not wanting to get put to sleep by a yawn, we swap to Plant, who takes a Surf like it's nothing. After a Mega Drain and a Sleep Powder, we pivot back into Shocker, a Thunderbolt, down goes Slowbro. We really want a light screen set up for Alakazam, so Shocker is setting up against Jinx. That gives us the chance to get Jupiter onto the field. Ice Punch does nothing, and a Crunch ends Jinx. In comes Alakazam, but we have one turn of light screen left. We soak up the Psychic no problem, and Jupiter's Crunch clinches another gym badge for the squad. Yo, we got Calm Mind from Sabrina. Time to get a setup move for the squad. Oh, none of you can learn it. That sucks. We've made our way to Cinnabar Island for our last encounter. This is it, man. We have no more options after this, and really my preference would be to bench Douglas for the Elite Four, so hopefully we get something decent. For my pre-scout in the mansion, it looks like we're probably getting a Magmar, Grimer, or a Blissey. Time to run around in circles and see who we get. Okay, I'm not upset with a Grimer. That's an upgrade on Venomoth. Welcome in Sabrina. Time to assert Fire-type supremacy at the Fire Gym against Blaine. He's going with Magmar, we're going with Jupiter. One dig is all it takes to do away with Magmar. Blaine has his own Arcanine, but it doesn't know dig, meaning he's at a big disadvantage. Outrage is a big move, but Jupiter takes it like a champ, and another dig finishes the Arcanine. We're relentless with the digs. Another one almost takes out Rapidash, but the Fire Horse foolishly takes itself out with recoil damage from a Flare Blitz. Blaine still has a Ninetales, but we have Ace. And let's face it, there's nothing a Ninetales can do to a Vaporeon. Scald, see you later. Blaine, I'm not using Fire Blast over Flamethrower. Stop trying to sabotage this run. Giovanni, I'm taking you down, and I'm sitting in your chair. One of our OGs, Plant, is our best Pokemon in this matchup. After Doug Trio hits an Earthquake, Plant connects on a Sleep Powder, because what I really want to do here is set up with a Growth. After getting the +1 to special attack, it's an easy one-shot with Mega Drain, and 2 Mega Drains does away with Nidoking too. Plant never outspeeds, but Vileplume is actually faster than Rhydon, and we get another one-shot with Mega Drain. Nidoqueen can't handle the drains either. It's a sweep for Plant, and we have all the gym badges in Kanto. All right, let me try to sit in this chair. Okay, this is not working. We are on the road to the Elite Four, and I have a ringer to bring to the squad. Welcome in Moltres. No, that would be cheating. Okay, we have made it, and this is the team we're going with for the Elite Four. Douglas didn't make the cut. I'm sorry, Douglas. Just like our whole run to this point, we're on set mode, no potions in battle. If one of our Pokemon goes down, we move forward without them. And if this music doesn't get you going, I don't know what will. Let's go. Justice leads for us against the Ice types.
What?
I have a plan. The only Ice-type move Dugong has is Ice Shard, and Justice can out-heal the Ice Shard damage with Roost, letting us swap between Roost and Air Slash. Justice is able to get back to full health with a Roost, and finish off Dugong with a Quick Attack. Justice outspeeds Jinx with a U-turn for big damage, and our Flying type is wrecking these Ice types. Jupiter slays Jinx with a Crunch. We get a special defense drop from Ace against Cloyster. That's big, as we're able to get a 2-shot back into Justice against Slowbro, and we're fast enough to U-turn out into Plant, and 2 Mega Drains pushes us past the Bro. Ace jumps out for the squad against Lorelei's Ace Lapras, and the 2 tanks exchange blows. After landing a few Shadow Balls, we're forced to switch out into Shocker, but Lapras is in Thunderbolt range, and we're moving on to face Bruno. And we're off to a great start against the Muscle Man. Ace wipes out Onix with a Scald, and after setting up with a Reflect against Hitmonchan, Shocker is able to come in and get our second KO with a few Psychics. We pivot to Justice against Bruno's Machamp to get off an Air Slash, but we're going to have to live a Superpower. Big live from Justice, and Plant can come in and get the finish with a Mega Drain. Poliwrath is also no match for Plant's Mega Drains, leaving him with his last Mon, Hitmonlee. Plant's on fire, 2 Dazzling Gleams, and Bruno's done. I'd really like to get past Agatha's poisons without losing a Mon. Justice gets us rolling with 2 Air Slashes to cut through Arbok. Shocker sets up with a Light Screen against Weezing and is able to beat back the gaseous Orb with a couple Psychics. The Gengars Agatha has are a real problem for us. I'm going with Plant to see if we can land a Sleep Powder. After taking 2 Sludge Bombs, Plant clutches up and hits the Sleep Powder. We're able to get off 2 Mega Drains, but the Sludge Bombs are doing too much damage. We need to switch out. We'll go with our other Poison type Sabrina. And 2 Digs break through Gengar. Justice has the secret sauce for Golbat. Roost is out healing the incoming Air Slashes, and we can finish off with an Air Slash of our own. How many freaking Gengars do you have? We're staying in with Justice, and the original bird barely lives a Sludge Bomb and allows us to pivot with a U-turn. Jupiter fires off a Crunch, but somehow Gengar lives on 1. We have to switch again, but Ace is able to hang in there and get 1 Shadow Ball off to get us past Agatha. Hello, Lance. When I was 10, I didn't understand why my water and fire moves did nothing to you, but I've learned much since then. We're leading with... Shocker sends a message right off the start. Thunderbolt. Bang! We're pivoting to Ace against Aerodactyl, and those Rock Slides are hurting. Time for a Scald, and for the first time in this run, we get a Scald Burn. Clutch from Ace. With that, we should be able to live another attack. Wait, you're going for Hyper Beam? No. Ace lives. Another Scald. We're up 2-0. Hello, Gyarados. I know what needs to be done with you. Shocker stays in to set up a Light Screen against Charizard. That allows us to easily live a Hyper Beam and fire back with a Thunderbolt. We're pivoting to Justice. Charizard misses a Hyper Beam. Justice gets the knockout with an Air Slash. But Lance still has his Dragonite. And this is what I feared. Outrage does massive damage to everything on our team. Into Plant, who can hopefully take the hit decently. Okay, no, into Muck. It's at this point I know we have to sacrifice someone or the run is over. I'm sorry, Justice. We're able to land 1 Air Slash after Dragonite finally hits itself with Confusion, but then the end for Justice. Jupiter swaps in and hammers Dragonite with a Play Rough. We defeat Lance, but we'll have to move forward shorthanded for our champion fight with Gary. The good news is, we have Shocker. Holy crap, that's a Mega Pidgeot. But fortunately for us, it still goes down to 2 Thunderbolts. Vileplume comes out for Gary, and I'm setting up with a Light Screen. Vileplume goes for a Solar Beam, allowing us to get off a Psychic, but the incoming Blast is too much for Shocker. We're down to 4 Pokemon. We're going with Sabrina. We each take the chance to bolster our defenses, Sabrina with an Acid Armor, and Gary sets up with a Reflect. A huge Ice Punch crit from Sabrina, and Vileplume can't do much damage in return. 1 more shot will get us the KO. You're really using a full restore? Come on, man. Several Ice Punches later, Sabrina gets the finish. We can't afford to switch around against Gary's Slowbro, so we're staying in to land a dig. Unfortunately, that means the end of Sabrina. We're down to 3 Pokemon. Ace jumps on the field to land a super effective Shadow Ball. A Light Screen allows Slowbro to live another one, but we should finish with a 3rd Shadow Ball. Are you serious right now? 2 full restores? What a piece of trash. Gary's full restores lets him get a lot of extra damage on Ace, but we do still get the finish with a Shadow Ball. We're in the end game now. I can't switch out against Jolteon. I'm sorry, Ace. Jolteon lands a Thunder and a Para on Plant, and the run has never been in a worse place. We get full Para'd, but the Electric Evolution misses a Thunder, and we connect on a Sleep Powder. I'm setting up a Growth with Plant. We need big damage. But Jolteon wakes up and connects on a Thunder. Plant fights through the Para, hits a Mega Drain for good damage, Jolteon whiffs on a second Thunder, the Mega Drain oh so close to getting the finish, another Thunder miss, Mega Drain, it's down to a 2v2 fight. We swap to Jupiter against Rapidash, the Flare Blitz does a decent chunk, but we do massive damage on a dig. We're starting to gain the advantage. Another full restore? This can't stand. Where are the league officials? Surely they step in and stop something like this. He clearly potion spammed his way to the top. The full restore allows Gary to get off an extra Flare Blitz, but we finally end Rapidash with a dig. It's down to Marowak. With Plant being parried, we can't afford to switch, so we're leaving Jupiter in to land a crunch. That one hurts. Our best Pokemon down. It's all up to Plant. Fire Punch, that stings, but Plant fights through paralysis and almost wins it for us with a Mega Drain. We're so close. Oh my god, this is crazy. This right here, this face, this is the lowest form of humanity. This guy wakes up, not thinking about training his Pokemon. Nah, he checks his backpack, sees 5 full restores and says, I better get 5 more. What a piece of garbage. We fight through Para and get another Mega Drain off, but Gary's relentless use of full restores allows him to get off another Fire Punch. We get parried, another Fire Punch connects, and this is it. We either fight through Para or we lose. Plant, yes! Vileplume supremacy, baby! Our second encounter from all the way back in the Viridian Forest is the hero. I've never been more satisfied with a run to overcome 4 full restores from that disgrace of a trainer. Thank you to the squad, long live Plant, and I'll see you on the next one.